Hey Taurus, how are you? Welcome to your second half of September overall energy, sort of energies tarot card reading for the second half of September 2020, and this is between the 16th and the 31st. Keep in mind that this is a overall general reading for the collective of Tauruses. Some things may not resonate with you, and that's totally fine. Just pick what fits with you and let the rest go. Keep in mind that when it talks about masculine and feminine energies, it's not about gender. It's just the qualities of a softer or a stronger approach, and go from there. And I want to thank you in advance for stopping to watch this video. I appreciate it in my channel. I would also please ask you for your support. This helps with the YouTube algorithms, and that is to click on the big three. Please click on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification buttons. Sorry, there's a plane flying above me. Apologize. And I would appreciate your support with that. And of course, you can leave a comment. Now, to save time, I've already shuffled the cards and asked for the angels and spirit guides assistance in the cards that were selected, and the 5 cards are here. This is a 5-card spread, and how the 5-card spread works for this time period is the first card here is your past influences, and this has to do with sort of energies or things that the larger group in general were dealing on within the last 3 to 6 months. Sometimes things could be resolved. Sometimes things are still lingering on and sort of carry over. But this is sort of the past influences within this time period. The second card is our present influences, and let me apologize for that. Let's go back here and do this. So, in our past influences, the card we have here is the 8 of Swords in reverse. In our present card, we have the 9 of Wands. The third card is our future card, so this is future sort of energies around this time frame. And we have the Magician. The fourth card is challenges, and we have in reverse the 9 of Pentacles. And in our last card, our 5th card, we have our outcomes, and we have in reverse a major arcana card, and it is the Lovers. Okay, so 1 second, let me get a breath here, see what our cards are saying to us. Okay, Taurus, we have our 8 of Swords in reverse, and this has to do with our past influences. So I'm picking up that this card is coming up in the reverse for some Tauruses, because it suggests that you're limiting your self-beliefs, and those self-beliefs are plaguing you, or plagued you during this time. And these sort of self-beliefs plagues prevented you, Taurus, many Taurans, from moving forward. And some told yourselves that you do not deserve to be wealthy, or preventing yourself from receiving financial abundance, even if it was offered to you. And some might conclude that you're, perhaps too old to lose weight, leaving you unhappy with your body or your health. It's about what the Tauruses are hanging on to as beliefs about yourself that are preventing you from achieving your personal goals. And this is a big struggle in these last 3 to 6 months. In light of this, it is about changing your belief system. So this card is basically, for some who are able to sort of catch yourself when you're having those sort of negative self-thoughts, thought patterns, is to break the cycle. This being in your past influences, for the larger collective of Taurus, the 8 of Swords reversed suggests that many are prone to sort of negative self-talk and suffering at the hands of sort of your inner critic. Many Tauruses, you feel trapped because every time you try to do something, your inner critic is telling you what's wrong or you're not good enough. So you give up trying altogether, or you just reach sort of a stalemate. The reversed Eight of Swords signals that skeletons in the closet need clearing out. So Tauruses, this card in your past influences was giving you the opportunity to allow yourself to let go of the old patterns that were no longer serving you, and let go of the behaviors that were no longer serving you, and let go of belief systems that were holding you back from going forward. The reversed Eight of Swords here signals that the skeletons in your Taurus's closets need clearing out. And it's suggesting that if you, the Tauruses, were able to recognize those and were able to clear those out, you did a great job. For those of you who are hung on to them, are still hanging on to them, they're going to linger. This card is saying allow yourself to let go of those old patterns of behaviors and those old belief systems that hold you back. It's almost like your own worst enemy. I'm picking up here, though, on the positive side, when the Eight of Swords appears in the reverse, it can show that for many Taurians, you're releasing yourself from negative patterns and belief systems. So it's kind of that double. It's, you're recognizing them, and some are releasing them. That's some. I didn't pick up the whole group was releasing them. This is saying that you recognize that those old negative patterns and belief systems no longer serve you, and you just basically let them go. You don't have to forget about them. You just let them go. They no longer serve you, and you'll feel this instant sort of relief. And when the Eight of Swords appears reversed, it can show that you are releasing yourself from negative patterns and belief systems that don't fit you anymore. It's telling me that the Tauruses can see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, and which allows you, Tauruses, to be more positive, more reality-based for yourself, and sort of letting go of those old self-limiting beliefs. If you got through that your past influences without being too beat up, you can pat yourself on the back, Tauruses. Some got pretty beat up. It's kind of like repeat, do. It's not too late at this point, because we may be on the cusp of our 3 to 6 months in our past influences, but it's not too late to sort of reflect on what you've worked on in the past and changed, and what changed your perspective and approach. Acknowledging your options in front of you, and refuse to play the role of a victim. This allows you to take a greater accountability of where you are in your life, Tauruses. This is critical. And our second card is our future, and we have that Nine of Wands. What is this telling us? Well, I'm picking up, obviously the Nine of Wands comes from a sign that even in the face of adversity, you stand tall and strong. So, and you may be on the edge of exhaustion, you may be resilient, persistent, and ready to do whatever it takes to get to the finish line. So this is telling me in your present that you had some challenges here in your past. It could have been a relationship that you realized was not meant for you, a job that was not meant for you, a friendship that's draining you, anything. It's you had your aha moment. And what this card here right now in your present is basically saying you've been taking changes to sort of get out of there. You're trying to stand tall. However, it's a bumpy road, and it's an emotionally bumpy road. And some of you may be feeling literally feel battered and bruised, enduring significant challenges and arguments and struggles along this path. And I pick up that many Tauruses, just when you think you're making progress, another setback occurs. For Tauruses, keep in mind that the Nine of Wands asks you to trust that this is merely a test of your grit and resilience, and know that every time you overcome an obstacle, you are getting stronger, and that is so critical. It's not failure. Tauruses, you have an inner resource necessary to overcome anything, any difficulty that you have. Even though it may seem impossible at the time, Tauruses, The 9 here is an assurance that you will eventually prosper if you maintain your position. And if you do not succeed at first, try again. The 9 of Wands encourages Tauruses to keep pushing forward. And this is saying you are so close to a finishing line. So whether it's getting out of a challenging relationship that has been a super challenge and you're just on that cusp of breaking free, keep going, keep going, keep going. You've done it. It's the best interest for you. So even if you want to give up, this card is saying this is your final challenge before you reach your goal. So don't, Tauruses, don't let go of your hopes and your dreams. When you're so close to making it a reality. The decisions that you're making right now are good decisions for you, and you will reap the benefits down the line. So stand firm in the face of all your challenges, and you will achieve your goals. I'm also picking up that other individuals may oppose your plans. They can make things difficult for you. They may even attack you or put you down, for trying to make a change. Often, be rest assured that these other individuals do this because they're jealous of your success and or are projecting their own insecurities and fears on you. Because if you change, that means they have to change. So don't let them get to you. You are in charge, Taurus. You are the change maker. You have a vital message here to share with the world, so don't dim your light because of others' insecurities or another relationship's insecurities or any other situation. Have a focus. On a positive note, Tauruses, you have people who are supporting you, and the 9 of Wands invites you to find your cheerleaders and your personal bodyguards, those who will protect you from the ongoing challenges and cheer you through the finish line. Even if others are opposing you, Taurus, you have many more people who support your cause, so let them help you. And finally, I picking up from this card is that the advice of the 9 of Wands is to establish your boundaries and fiercely protect those lines. So if you're in a relationship that is putting you in compromising positions, this is saying stand your ground. If you allowed others to stand in your way or deplete your energy, it's likely that you have not asserted yourself effectively with those individuals to protect yourself. So this card is saying get clear on what you need in a situation to be successful to reach the goals that you're trying to meet. And then communicate those needs to others. I'm also picking up on the same note, Taurus, is that this is also saying be aware that there may be many barriers that you will have to cross, and that some of those barriers are things that you may bring upon yourself that sort of prevent people from getting close to you. So this is also about bring your conscious awareness and mindfulness of how you feel and get that in alignment with your inner source. And think of laws of attraction. If you're not familiar with it, YouTube has tons of videos. But this is, again, bring your conscious awareness in how you proactively are maybe using boundaries to protect your energy. And sometimes those boundaries are not very strong boundaries, and they become more of a pain for you. So you kind of have to figure that out. Again, how far do you want to be pushed, and what's your success line? And our third card is our future of these current time frame, and we have the Magician. Now this is a very good card. So the Magician, Taurus, is a master manifester. The Magician brings with you all the tools, the resources, the energy that you need to make dreams come true, or to make those decisions happen, or help you guide you through here. This is serious. Everything that you need right now is at your fingertips, and this is at your fingertips right now. Taurus, you have a spiritual, fire, physical, earth, mental, air, and emotional water resources to manifest those desires that you and your goals. And when you combine them with the energy of the spiritual and earthly realms, you will become the manifestation powerhouse. You've got to think positive and feel positive. The key here, Taurus, is to bring these tools together synergistically so that the impact of what you create is greater than the separate parts. This is alchemy at its best. I'm picking up also from this card is that right now, is the perfect time to move forward on an idea that you recently conceived. The seed of potential has sprouted, and you are being called to take action, Tauruses, and bring your intention to a final objective. The skills and knowledge and capabilities that you have gathered along your life's path here, Taurus, have led you to where you are right now. And whether or not you know it, you are ready to turn your ideas into reality and make those decisions. In your quest to manifest your goals, Taurus, you must establish clear vision of what it is that you want to create and why before you act. It is not enough to be motivated by ego, which is money, status, or fame. You need to have a soul connection to your goals and intentions. You are powerful, Taurus. Powerful, creative being, and this is your opportunity to bring your higher self in alignment with your day-to-day activities to create that future that you want the most. And this could be in job, in relationships, in friendships, in whatever. The sky's the limit here. So now is the perfect time to move forward, and this is a clear message here. When you are clear, Taurus, about what and your why you're doing things, the magician here calls you to take an inspired action. And right now, I feel that many Tauruses are on an inspired action right now. I'm picking up here that for Tauruses, you will need to focus attention and intense concentration to bring your goals forward. And that is, if you are trying to move, if you're trying to leave, if you're trying to pack up, if you're trying to make a change, or whatever it is you're doing, this is you may not have the energy, but this is saying pull it together. It will pass. And to help you with that, this card is saying to you, and the universe is saying to you, Taurus, is focus on one thing at a time. Move one thing at a time towards your goal. What's critical here is commitment to the task is essential. So it's dropping any distractions that may draw your focus away, and you have to be disciplined about that. So if someone's trying to drop by and take all your energy, then you have to set some boundaries there, or you'll never get anything done, and that's just going to cause you more frustration. So commitment is the task is essential. Drop distractions that may take your focus away, and what you want of what you want to believe in, and then most importantly, be methodical. Have a method, I guess I'll say it that way, in your planning to make sure that you stay on track and carry out your task, and that is critical. If you start something and don't finish it, okay, that's not going to be helpful to you, and you'll just go backwards. In our fourth card is our challenges, and we have here the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Now, let me see. What is this card telling me here? Well, the Nine of Pentacles is all about self-worth. So when you see this card in your tarot reading in the reverse position, this is telling you, Tauruses, to take an opportunity to reflect on your own sense of self-worth and value. On one hand, Tauruses, you may question whether you are enough. Perhaps you're in a relationship that keeps telling you you're not, and you buy into that. So, whether your skills are valuable, whether you can change to higher prices or ask for a pay raise, all of that is whether you can attract the right people in your life. You may be undercharging for your services if you work for yourself, working for free or accepting a lower salary than you would. And this is saying that if that's the case, you deserve a lot more and you should ask for it. On the other hand, some Tauruses may focus on increasing your sense of self-worth, investing in yourself, and that could be getting a new makeup job. What did I say? A new, speaking in tongue here, a new, a makeup, a new look, a hairdo, or something like that, of just making you feel good. Makeover, I guess is the word I'm looking for. You may want to learn a new skill, enhance your career, or take a personal development course. Time management courses, any of that thing to improve. And more importantly, I'm picking up here, Taurus, is for some is practice self-love. Even if you are reluctant to spend money on yourself, know, Tauruses, it is critical that you know that you can indulge in life's luxuries moderately. So, particularly if it makes sense or feels right for you. So, again, you don't want to do something that's going to hurt you. So here, sometimes, I'm picking this up, it's coming at me fairly strong here. The reverse Nine of Pentacles can appear when you Tauruses are busy working and hustling, that you don't have any time or energy to enjoy your day-to-day activities. That's that old stop and smell the roses theme here. For example, in an effort to build wealth, you may be working 70-hour weeks and paying the price for that, and that's not good. You may again, it's you may be focusing on the riches, but you're not taking the breaks. So your body and your mind are going to pay the price, and it's going to ultimately affect your ability to hit the end goal here, because you still have to meet the end goal within a budget and within time frames. So you can't forget that. Similarly, the reversed Nine of Pentacles suggests for some Tauruses that you may need to release some of your need for a particular income or standard of living, or a particular relationship of what you dreamed it would be, especially if it gets in the way of other life's priorities, such as your family or relationships. For some Tauruses, you may think that it's good to have the best of everything, and that isn't always the case. As we know, money doesn't always buy happiness. So this is, I'm picking up here that for some Tauruses, you may think that best of everything really is all you need for your family and loved ones. But this card is saying, do not be afraid to take a cut to your own income for short term, or to reduce your hours. In other words, if you can reduce it yourself and you can make that self-sacrifice of saving $5 a paycheck or whatever else, you sort of initiate it, and more importantly, you need to believe in it and the reason why you're doing it, and you want to own it, and you want to feel proud about it, and you want to celebrate that if you started out with $5 and then in 6 weeks you have $30 that you saved, then that's a milestone. Celebrate it, because that's critically important, and it will ricochet into other things. So this card is basically saying is take the time to sort of identify those things that are important to you. When it comes to finances for Tauruses, you may need to come in for a second, and while second job puts food on the table, it may be affecting you in other ways that isn't serving you and draining you, and you're not good to other people. So again, you have to put things in balance, and it's about sort of weighing the objectives of what you reasonably can do, and sometimes you just have to say no, and that's okay. So Tauruses, that is what I have for the last 2 weeks of September 2020. Keep in mind, if this doesn't resonate with you, that is totally fine. Look at your star signs and your star rising signs, and because we're the larger collective. So take what fits and let the rest go. And Tauruses, again, thank you for clicking and watching this video on my channel. I definitely appreciate it, and thank you so very much. I would also appreciate your support to please help me with this channel and increase my YouTube algorithms, and that's done by clicking on the big three, and that is liking a video, clicking subscribe to the channel, and clicking notification, and then having fun with it and letting go of it. So that's why it's important. So thank you so much, and Tauruses, I hope that you have a wonderful remaining August 2020, and we will see you in the beginning of October. So thank you and enjoy.